Okay, slope. Uh, if you remember one equation, if you study maths 110, there is one equation, linear equation, like y is equal to what? Y is equal to mx plus c. Okay. Uh, this equation y is equal to mx plus c, a linear equation with two variables. So what is y? What is mx plus c? Any idea about y mx plus c? What is y here? What is x? What is m and what is c? Yes,
Y, sir, y is a dependent variable and x is an independent variable, and
yes,
m is the
excellent,
slope and c is the y-intercept.
excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, uh, y is called a dependent variable. This one is a dependent variable. X is independent variable. So dependent variable and independent. M is slope and C is actually intercept. So, for example, in business perspective, if you say like sales and advertisements, so which one is dependent and which one is independent? Sales depend upon advertisement or advertisement depend upon sales?
Sales depends upon advertisement.
Excellent. Sales depend upon advertisement. Like revenue, revenue depend upon, let's suppose, customer. So which one is dependent and which one is independent? Revenue and customer.
Revenue is dependent.
Yeah.
Revenue is dependent.
Yes, yes. So Y means sale, X means advertisement. Same revenue is Y dependent variable and customer. This one is independent variable because revenue depend upon customer, but customer doesn't depend upon revenue. So dependent variable and independent variable. Next one is slope. So what is slope actually? So slope so actually rate of change. So what is rate of change? Actually, the slope means relation between two variable, dependent variable and independent variable. Like I will give the same example from advertisement and sale. Like we have advertisement and sales. So what type of relation is there? So we can discuss with the help of slope. Slope actually, slope means, yeah, formula is slope, if you remember, is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 or del y over del x. Derivative is also this slope. So slope actually see show rate of change. You can see this show a relationship between these two variables, one advertisement, second one is sale, but slope actually show the additional unit change unit change. Yeah, you can say additional unit change, like for example I will tell you from graph that, for example, you are spending amount on advertisement, your sales are increasing, like advertisement and sale. Let's suppose 1 month you spend $100 on advertisement, your sales are, let's suppose, 40,000, correct? Next month, let's suppose you spend $150 and your sales are like $60,000. Graph between these two videos. For example, these are X1 video, X1 and X2. These are Y videos, Y1 and Y2. So when we say slope, so slope is equal to change in Y with respect to change in X. So change in Y, first was 40,000, then 60,000. So what is different between these two? 60 and 40. So difference is 20,000 divided by change in X means change in advertisement. First was 100, then 150. So change is only 50. So slope is equal to what? Slope is equal to, if you divide 20,000 divided by 50. So equal to what? 400. Slope is equal to 400. So this is actually rate of change. This is relationship. Slope means that this 400 means that when you spend $1 on advertisement, sales will change $400. Correct? Additional unit change. When you spend $1 on advertisement, your sales will increase $400. If you, for example, last one was 150, if you spend advertisement $151, one additional unit change. Previous was 150, now it become 151, one additional unit. So what will be sales? So for 150 sales was 60,000, so it will increase by 400. So 60,000 and 400. This is actually the slope value. Additional unit change is slope value. Yes, slope show additional. It depends upon the increasing function or decreasing function. If function is increasing, so we say positive slope. But if function is decreasing, then we say negative slope. Slope 0 also possible because when there is no dependency on one another, two variables, when there is no dependency, so slope is 0. Like your monthly fee and, for example, you can say your income. So there is no relationship between your monthly fee and your income. If you have income or not, you need to pay your monthly fee. So there is no relationship. In that case, slope is equal to 0. So our main thing was what is average velocity and slope. So average velocity and slope, these are same. Slope is rate of change of these variables. Average velocity is also rate of change of displacement with respect to time. Correct? So from slope, when function is increasing, velocity is increasing, slope is positive. But when velocity, your speed is decreasing, then slope is equal to negative. Okay, any question regarding slope value? Any question you can ask me?
So basically, it means that with the increasing of the speed and slope, we have a positive velocity, and by decreasing it, it will get negative, right, sir?
Yes, actually, this is increase or decrease, but in unit time. For example, increase in 1 second or decrease in 1 second. This is slope means unit time. We will take unit time, 1 second.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Okay, great. Okay, example is given. But start from A to F. Last video, you can see last location or position. So find out displacement, average velocity, and average speed of the car. So who will tell me what will be the average, what will be the displacement, total displacement from A to F? Displacement. Yes. Starting position from A, position is 30. Then F, position is minus 53. So what will be the displacement?
Minus 53 minus 30.
Yes, actually XF minus XI. So if we consider final position XF minus 53 and initial position like 30, this one and this one. So we have minus 53 minus 30 equal to what? Minus 83 meter. Yes, this is displacement. What about average velocity from A to F? Average velocity. Excellent. Yes, average velocity.
Negative 53 plus 30 over 50. Like that, sir?
Yes. We have XF minus XI divided by what?
Delta
TF
T.
minus
Minus,
T.
yeah.
Correct? So what is
Yes.
our final position? Final position is minus 53.
53.
Initial position is 30 divided by Okay, final time in initial time. Final time is 50.
50,
50.
Initial time is 0.
0.
50 minus 0 equal to minus 83 divided by 50. So average velocity equal to what? Average velocity equal to minus 1.7 meter per second. Minus 1.7 meter per second.
Second.
Yes. What about average
Professor?
speed? Yes.
I think it's the velocity, but the average velocity we didn't add 53, negative 53 plus 30.
1 minute. 1 minute. Okay, average velocity is correct. Average velocity, because velocity depend upon final position and initial position. Our final position is minus 53, initial position is 30. So we have formula xf minus xi divided by tf minus ti. Minus 1.7, this one is correct. If you are talking about the average speed, then you need to add all these. For example, what will be average speed for this one? Who will tell me about average speed?
So it's going to be negative 53 plus 30.
No.
What?
We will
Uh,
add
Total
all
distance
the
over
We will add
time.
all the
Yes.
total
distance.
time.
Actually,
We will add
will.
all the distances, right?
Yes, excellent. We will add all the distance. Like what? Starting was from 30. So what is distance between 30 and 52? Distance between 30 and 52 is 22
22.
plus. Then from 52 again 38 equal to what? 15 distance? 14. Correct? 14 meter. Then from 38 to 0, distance is 38 plus. Then from 0 to 37, so write down 37, but this is in opposite direction. Then from 37 to 53, again 14 video, 16 video. Divided by total time taken, so time is from 0 to 50, it means 50. So total distance covered by divided by total time taken. So if you add all these, like if you add 22 plus 14 plus 38 plus 37 and plus 16 equal to 127. 127 divided by 50, and 127 divided by 50 is 2.5 meter per second. Clear? Yes? Any question?
No questions so far. sir.
Great, great, excellent. So displacement, average velocity, and average speed. Okay, great, thank you. You can try this one. Then if there is any problem, then we can discuss next time, next class. We have instantaneous velocity. Instantaneous velocity and speed. Instantaneous velocity means velocity or speed of a body at any instant. Any instant means, for example, you start motion from home, correct? So you want to visit your university. So your speed and, for example, your location is changing. Let's suppose after 2 seconds, yeah, starting speed was, let's suppose 6 meter per second. After some time, you start, your speed increase 10 meter per second. After some time, for example, your speed decrease like 2 meter per second, and at the end, for example, 1 meter per second. So at different location, your speed is changing. Yeah, your speed is different. For example, after 5 seconds, then after 10 seconds, for example, 15 seconds, and after 20 seconds. So fix at some instant of time, your speed is called what? Instantaneous time. For example, what is your speed after 5 seconds. So when you say 1 point, like 5 seconds, so that speed, yeah, that velocity is called instantaneous velocity or instantaneous speed. Instant means, okay, a part of time, like for example, after 5 seconds, after 6 seconds, after 10 seconds, after 20 seconds. And for example, when your position is given, like if your position is like 3t square, depend upon your time. So how to find instantaneous? So instantaneous is the derivative dx divided by dt, derivative of your displacement or your distance, yeah, position. So what will be the derivative of 3t square?
60.
Yes, derivative will be 60. If you want to find after 5 seconds, so just put 6 multiply with 5 equal to what? 30.
30.
After 5 seconds, for example, your speed is 30 meter per second. So instantaneous means at any instant, at any instant of time. This is the formula for instantaneous velocity or with instantaneous speed. So del x over del time. Let me solve one example on this one. Let use this one. Position is given, x is equal to 3t, where x is in meter and t is in second. This means that position depend upon t square, yeah, t. So what about its position after 4 seconds? So x is equal to 3t square. Now if t is 4 seconds, so 3 and 4 square equal to what? 3 multiply with 16 and equal to what? 48 meter. This is what distance or displacement. Evaluate its position after 4.1 second. So x is equal to, like we have 3t square, but when time is 4.1, so how you can find 3 multiply with 4.1 whole square? What about 4.1 square? So
The
4.1.
answer is going to be 50.43.
Yes, something. Yes, 3.41. Sorry, 4.1 square. So equal to what? We have 3 into 16.81. So if you multiply 16.81 with 3, equal to 50.43. So position after 4.1 second equal to 50.43. Third one, find out average velocity between 4 second and 4.1 second. This is your initial time. This one is your final time. Displacement is given. This is your initial xi and this one is your final. So we have average velocity. Average velocity is xf minus xi divided by tf minus ti. xf is equal to what? 50.43 minus xi is equal to 48 divided by final time is 4.1 minus initial time is 144. So 50.43 minus 48 equal to 2 point something, you can say 2.43 divided by 0.1, because 4.1 minus 4. So if you divide by 0.1 equal to 24.3. 24.3. This one is average velocity, so meter per second. Okay, find instantaneous velocity at t is equal to 4. Fix it time 4. So then we need what? Then we need to find the derivative. We have x is equal to 3t square. So we know that instantaneous is dx divided by dt, so equal to 6t. So 6, time is given, time is 4. So 6 multiply with 4 equal to what? 24 meter per second. This is instantaneous velocity. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great, excellent. Okay, I will solve just one example in these two. This one is simple. Okay, this one is also simple. Okay, last question, last topic for today. Who will tell me that how to find time. Imagine a particle moving at a constant speed of circular path. Imagine you are moving in a circular path. Speed is 5 meter per second. And radius of the path is 10 meter. So what is the time interval required to complete one round the circle? Who will tell me? What is given? You are moving with the speed of what? Speed is 5 meter per second. Okay, we are given that you are moving in a circular path whose radius equal to 10 meter. So how to find time? Yeah, what time, for example, it will take to complete one round circle from this circular path? Yes. Any idea?
2 seconds.
Like what? How you can solve this
It will be
one?
2 seconds, sir.
We divide 10 by, we divide the distance, the radius by the,
So radius is given, not distance is given. This is radius of path, circle path.
so we first find the diameter.
Uh, yes, try this one. Answer is 12, 12.6. You can see the answer. 12.6. But how? Yes. Okay. Listen. We have formula speed. Speed is equal to what? Speed is equal to distance
Total distance over time.
divided by time. But if you are moving in a circular path, so this boundary circle, yeah, this boundary area, what is the formula for circumference of a circle? Whose radius is r. So area is 2 pi r. This is the formula for outer boundary. So we can say that 2 pi r divided by time. Correct? So if you multiply cross multiplication, t multiply with v and v multiply with t. So t is equal to what? Distance divided by speed. So distance is 2 pi and radius is 10 divided by what? Speed. Speed is 5 meter per second. So time equal to what? This one is 20 pi divided by 5, or if you simplify 20 with 5, so 4 pi. What is the value of 4 pi? Yes,
12.6.
yes, 12.6. 4 multiplied.
3.14,
Yes, yes, 12.6. So 12.6.
3.1487.
Correct? Clear?
Yeah.
Excellent,
Yes.
excellent, excellent. So you can solve previous example. You can solve this one. These are given, answers are given. So you can solve, you can try. Next we have acceleration, but we will discuss acceleration inshallah in